This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Time to play.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Definitely subtle counter coming. Are they trying to slow down the pace with a projectile? Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 1 has the life lead. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. All right. Player 2 chases them down. Back throw to get the side switch. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. KO. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round 2. Fight.
Checking their reactions with a fireball? Checks them with a projectile. Sonic boom! From up above. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Closes with the throw, hitting him with the smart stuff. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? So, what are our fighters planning in this opening round? Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. What are these fighters thinking now? What's the play here? Player 2 has been really leaning on that drive gauge. If the drive gauge is completely empty, the player will enter burnout and won't be able to use drive for a period of time. So it's vital to not let that happen. All right. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. They need to hold out. Both fighters may be looking to risk going in with an empty SA gauge so they can fill it quickly. Knockdown. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. Grabs him. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. All right. Won't play their game. Says no with the overdrive 10 setting. Player 2 has depleted their drive. That was a well-placed projectile. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Sonic boom. Long-range fireball to break the silence. Checks them with the boom. Player 1 managed their drive gauge well to create lots of opportunities. Let's see if they can maintain this rhythm. Stuck in the corner, but springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 can't be experiencing burnout. Both fighters planning something? Good job escaping that dangerous corner situation. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Going for the conclusive kill with that super. What a move! There it is! They knew it'd be enough. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Player 1 turned this right around with that super. The SA's good. What now? Player 1 drops him under half-life and closes the gap. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. Looking for a way to incorporate their drive. Will they build meter or just go all in on each other? Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Can they outlast it? Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. Expect both fighters to crank it up a bit now that we're halfway through the round. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Neither of them willing to back off. Getting into the end game now. It's getting tense. Player 2 has completed their drive game, but they are still within range to win this round. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. KO! Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
There's an overdrive arm. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Decides to buff up while they can. Early round decision just brushes that off and keeps going. All right, what's coming up next? Sonic Boom. Okay, creating some space here. A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. Super Art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. The Fuha's there to give them experiencing burnout. Player 2, in dire straits, springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 will look to apply pressure. Nice spinning back knuckle. Big throw. Player 2 with the frozen from above. What'll happen? Nice read. Denies them with the somersault. Taking chunks out of each other here. Sakai Fuhata. Drive impact misses. Excellent block. Player, now they can use drive. That's not gonna hit. Turns out. There's the burnout. Okay, here we go. What were they thinking? Looking for a hole. A fireball at that range? Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Switches it up. Combo with the target combo. Counter hit throw there. All right. Puts one in the pocket. Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 2 chases them down. Oh, easy tech. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Throws them. What's next? Will that drive impact get punished? Taking stock. Player 2 in trouble with no drive. Still slugging it out at this range. Player 1 can't use any more drive without burning out. What'll happen here? One combo can end this round right now. Drive rush to keep it going. Both fighters are in there. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first.
This is a war. And I'm ready.
Ooh, that last round went right down to the wire. We don't know who's going to win, but with both fighters evenly matched, any small mistake is going to end up being costly. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan.
This is a war.
A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. Both fighters have plenty of drive to work with, but how they make their approach will be key. It'll be interesting to see how both players utilize their drive gauge to dictate the terms of the match. Does a good job of pushing back. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. Springs forward with a drive rush. Drive rush to keep it going. Closes the distance. Player 1. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to slice and Dantai Raku. Playtime's over.
Such a lovely face.
Oh wow, slams on the brakes and shuts out the counter. What'll be the plan? He throws them. Oh, here we go. The drive's there. Can they snatch that last bit of life? Ooh, what a smart throw. Player 2 can't let this simmer. Flatline zone. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. Moves performed off a drive rush get extra plus frames, making for a potentially high return. Tries to throw but doesn't connect. Backs them into the corner. Trips them up. Player one in that dangerous burnout state. And they outlast it. All right, what's coming up next? Player one has them legit shook in the corner. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Oh, burnout on both sides? The jump in catches them. Smart throw, that'll do more damage than usual. Life lead opens up. Random KO! Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
Can they keep on him? How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? They just went for it with that super. This may be the start of their counter-offensive. How will this impact things? They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. Player two, he brushes that off and keeps going. Can't tech the throw. Player two springs forward with the drive rush. The properties that attacks get from a drive rush make them a great tool for creating chances like that.
Let's go! Let's go!
Bumps up! Sonic boom! Risky up-close scrap still going, experiencing burnout. Player two, drive rush to keep it going. Going in? How they can't squander this punish counter chance. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Both at the cab into the feng shui engine. Gets a KO. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Player one drops them to half, closing the gap. Fireball from very long. What's next here? Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. Player two can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Takes a trip. Their life is looking critical, and they can't rely too much on drive either. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective game plan. Life lead opens up. Goal starts to fight KO! Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two. Fight.
Immediate jumping. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Player two chases them down. Side switch and hold your breath. Were they baiting them into that? Burnout activates. What'll happen here? Player one holding on to that feng shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. Player one is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Sees the overhead coming. Player two, this can lead to some big damage. Quick breather, and whip! They're wide open. Player two can't use any drive boost. Gotta play it safe. Beats them down with a super. Now that's how you take a round. Player one gets the win in a convincing fashion. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Player one might have just shifted this round into high gear. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation. Buy some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Player two is in burnout. Drives off the table. Knockdown. Both fighters will want to utilize what little drive gauge they have. Both players with no drive in the tank. All right, what's coming up next? Just out of range for that throw. Both sides are gonna have to fight without drive. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Player 1 has KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Whew, that last round went right down to the wire. We don't know who's going to win, but with both fighters evenly matched, any small mistake is going to end up being costly. Taking stock. Player 1 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. Will that super be the turning point? Experiencing burnout. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. Feeling out the spacing. Player 1 has the meter lead. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Expect both fighters to crank it up a bit now that we're halfway through the round. How will our fighters use this time to create chances for themselves? Our fighters should be warmed up now. Okay, creating some space here. Out of range, relatively safe. Vic springs forward with a drive rush. Player 1 is working with a better gauge, rushes that off and keeps going. Uses the target combo as a filler. Drive rush to keep it going. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Big opportunity now in this corner. Player experiencing burnout. No time to waste. Genius read. Ooh, there's a side switch. This could be... And whiffs! They're wide open! They gotta hurry. Only 10 seconds left. Back into the corner. A thunderous drive impact to close the round. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight.
Open with a jump in. It's time for both fighters. Somersault kick stops them cold. Player 1 managed their drive gauge well to create lots of opportunities for themselves. Let's see if they can maintain this rhythm. Somersault kick to take them head on. Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. That back row was huge. Player, what were they thinking? What are they gonna do? Lays down a side hustle. The drive impact doesn't work. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Can they use their bear recovered? Excellent block. Player 2, there's a burnout. This is gonna hurt. Switch sides. Connects with the throw. Oh, now they can use drive. How did they anticipate that jump in? Player 1 comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Sonic Boom. Throws out a projectile. Checking to see how the opponent reacts to long-range fireballs. This is a clear sign that they're testing their opponent's knowledge and gameplay. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Solid combo. Neither of them willing to back off. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Medium kick KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Both looking to establish air superiority. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player 2 didn't manage their drive properly through that round. Meter management is absolutely vital, and they need to manage it properly for this coming round. Still scrapping for the somersault kick stops them cold. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. They exchange blows. Tension ring hits home. They're recovered. Cross that off. Oh, putting the cherry on top. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Put them on a t-shirt with that finish. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch.
Round one. Fight.
They just went for it with that super. This may be the start of their counter-offensive. Not a lot of damage dealt so far. No telling how this match will turn out. Player two in that dangerous burnout state. Can they outlast it? Knockdown. Player one has them legit shook in the corner. Takes them all the way, and the throw ends the round. Player one sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round two. Fight.
A brave forward jump there to start. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Projectile to try and change the situation. Player two was completely shut out in that last round. They really need to think about whether to press on with their current game plan or change up their playstyle a bit. They gotta press here to take advantage of this drive gap. A depleted drive gauge will really limit their options here. Smart meter management is one of the keys to winning, so they'll have to keep tabs on that if they want to win this match. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Out of range, relatively safe. A quick breathe, nice read. Denies them with a somersault kick. Gets carried to the corner. Looks to drop him to earth. Switches it up. Knockdown and looking to impress with this super. Party time! Catches a good decision with that throw. Player one flatlines them. Player one is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that whip. Stings him with a shikusen. Somersault kick stops him cold. Throws him. What's next? Does a good job of pushing back. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. They get the wall splat, and now the opponent is defenseless. Player two in that dangerous burnout state. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. In a dire situation, they can't afford any gets. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Connects with medium kick. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Player two, holding, won't play their game. Says no with the overdrive tensor. Player one is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Now, can they finish the job? Player two will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. You've got to be springs forward with the drive rush. Goes for the Sakai Fuhazan. Vintage Jury. Taps back and hits hard with the tensor. Going in. Player one holding on to that corner advantage. A real test of nerves here. The projectile connects, not giving the opponent any chances.
Guile wins.
Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.